Hi, this is a video on these Precor P82 console screens on how to get into the back end for clubs or for end users as well who have these Precor brand name. These Precor consoles, this one being the black plastic surround, this means it's a P82 console with the larger screen. The older version, which has the same sort of size screen in a sort of a grey plastic cover around the side here, that means it's a P80 if it's grey, or it's P82 if it's black. So to get into the maintenance mode for clubs or for users, what you have to do is you press and hold the volume down button, and then you've also got to press, while you're holding volume down, press channel up, channel down, and channel up again. So what we do here, let's just do it here. If I press and hold volume down, keep holding it, press channel up, channel down, channel up, and then you'll come into this screen here. If it doesn't work the first time when you try it, or a couple of times, then just keep trying it again. Just keep pressing, holding the volume, keep the volume down, then you're pressing channel up, channel down, channel up, and then let go of everything, and then you should come up with this keypad here. So what we need to press in here is 565 1565, and then hit OK, and then here we are in the back end here. So from the start here, we've got the about, which gives you all the information. You do have actually event logs on issues we've had with the machine or faults that have come up, so you can look at that. This may help the distributors or your local service technician know what's wrong with the machine, or have a look at this. So it's good to actually to either save this. You can save these to USBs, the event log, or even take a screenshot, so it'll just show us the latest faults that are on the screen. Hit the back button there, and then the CPA error log is just another error log we've got for the upper and lower control boards on these, and this will give you a few different varying information. You can clear it. It's probably best to save it, let your technicians clear it, things like that with these error logs, because they're good information for us to work out what's going wrong if it's an intermittent fault. Hit the back button there. This is the console, which is the console serial number for the actual display unit here, and then the lower serial number is the serial number for the base unit. This is actually an EFX, an elliptical, so it gives us the two serial numbers there. If it has been registered online correctly, you're going to have all this other information here. Friendly name for the elliptical. This is in a club, obviously, so it's got elliptical number 1, because they've got 3 ellipticals here, so we know what elliptical is at fault when we have elliptical 1, 2 and 3. We've got the location of it, and then we know it's online because of all this has been registered properly. We hit the back button. Equipment usage, this gives you the Ks and hours mainly on these machines as you use them. So if your technician would normally write down the distance in kilometres and the hours of usage, just so you can keep a reference for how old the machine is or what parts may be worn out. There's certain kilometre readings we have where we can replace certain things like drive belts, even in running belts on treadmills, things like that. These P82 consoles are the same console that's fitted to a treadmill, to an EFX elliptical, to an upright bike, recumbent bike, the AMT, the adaptive motion trainer by Precor as well. So the settings on how to get in the back here are all the same with all of them. So that's a bit of information there on the usage. Hit the back button. Maintenance mode here. I have only just refreshed this one on this machine, but this number here, next maintenance due, if you reset it, it resets to 250 hours when you reset it. If I came up to this machine and I haven't already just reset it before I made this video, it might have, say, 47 hours on it. That means there's 47 hours left of the 250 hours before it's due for a maintenance, which means just a quick look over, maybe a vacuum inside the back covers and check there's no clunking or grinding noises on the machine, and also prompts to do a screen calibration on the console, which I'll show you in a minute as well. So if this was a lower number to reset it, you just hit on that 250 hours, and if it was 43 hours, whatever it is, then just hit the reset button here, then it will just reset to 250 hours, and that just means that the blue status light on the back of the machine, on the EFXs or on the front on a Precor treadmill, would be flashing if it's due for a service. If it's flashing blue, it's due for a service. If it's flashing like an orangey yellow color, then there has been a fault with the machine, and it's either the machine needs to be turned off and turned back on again to reset it through the computer system, or you may also need to call a service technician out to have a look at that fault that may have come up. So if we hit the back button again here, system settings, in here you got a lot of different settings. You got to be careful what you're pressing in here, because you are changing parameters on these consoles. So connectivity, just make sure you're sure of what you're pressing before you press it. Here we've got wired and whatnot. You can change to wireless here, so you just hit wireless and then hit OK, but this one's already all reset. The Precor system is the online tracking system for your workouts and whatnot. If you register with them, you can track your workout. And this website needs to be, or the console itself needs to be pointed to this website here, na.precor.com, and then it will, with the IP address, it will register all your information through Precor as you work out. That's connectivity display. This one here you can change. The main thing we've changed here, obviously, if being an American brand name, it'll come as US standard, so we need to change that to metric, hit OK, and then that's how you would get out of get it out of miles and put it into kilometers. Or if you want to change it back from kilometers back to miles as well, you can do that. Standby mode, this means how long the screen will be in the standby mode before it goes into sleep mode, or the screen will go a darker color so to conserve battery power or conserve power from the wall. So you can change these as needed. Hit the back button. TV settings, this one's already all tuned. This is how you tune your TV channels and whatnot. This one's already done. Extensive scan is what you would do to scan for the channels you need, and then all the channels will come up. Channel guide, and this is all the channels here that are there. Through the channel guide you can rescan for more channels, so if the machine's brand new you'd scan for channels here as well. And then you can delete some double ups. These guys do actually have double ups here of the same channel. So what you would normally do is you'd highlight one, say like this one here, and then you could hit delete, and then it will remove the channel from the list. And now you've only got the one channel there. So you go through that. What you can do if you are in a club, if you tune one of these P82 consoles or P80 consoles, or even the P62 console, which is the smaller screen version of the Precor, if you tune one so it's right, get all your channels right on one of them, all the names right as well. Delete all the duplicates. Then what you can do is you can copy the TV channels to a USB, and in the ellipticals here, it's in the front here, the USB. You plug just a blank USB in there, making sure the USB is blank, and then you can copy the channels to that. I'll show you just in a sec how to get back to that to do that. So we hit the back button. Down here within this same TV settings, down below here at the bottom, you click on this. If you had a USB plugged in here, it would show you up here, import from USB, or import to USB and import from USB. You just click whichever way you want to go. So if you've tuned one console first, you plug the USB in, you save to USB, which will be the first one, and then when you go to all your subsequent consoles, you plug a USB in, go to the same TV settings, and then you click on the save from USB. So you're getting the TV channels from the USB and then saving it into the console itself here. Just making sure it's a blank USB before you do start, because it'll get confused with the information on the USB, because it is saving all of that. It will also transfer your kilometers to, if you've already changed from miles to kilometers, it'll save that information as well when you change over. So hit back, that's all the TV settings there if you're having troubles there. Audio settings, this is just the default volume levels that it will start at, so you can change this level if you want to start the volume at a certain level. You have got the headphone jack here, which that'll mean that it'll just start on a particular level of volume. Workout limits, here you can just set, if you want people not to be on the machine for longer periods of time, you can set a certain time and it will come up with an alarm to tell you that to get off, or your session's finished or your workout's finished. to do a quicker turnover of users on the machines. So that's workout limits, and then the USBs here as well. There are some extra settings in here that your technician may be able to log into the back end and do some more settings, but that's something that's held for service technicians to do. So if you're trying to fault find and it won't work, you're using this 5651565 code to get into maintenance mode, you'll have to call your local service technician, and they'll come out and do some extra settings in here, which you'll need for connectivity to connect to the internet, or for extra fault finding as well. If we go back, the other main thing I'd like to show you here is system settings. Connectivity. Oh no, so that's the same thing. Yeah, okay. So there is a if you're having problems with your touchscreen where you're pushing a button and it's not pushing it, like say if I push the display here, and rather than hit display, it would end up hitting the one below it. If I'm touching the display line, but then it ends up choosing TV settings, then that means your touchscreen is off. If you call your local provider or Precor service technician, they will be able to come out and log in and do a screen calibration and maybe line up the pixels on the screen here, so that then the touch screen will actually work. So when you're pressing a certain part of the screen, it's going to press that part for you. So I hope that helps with information on just this Precor P82 console in particular. But this same code works on the P62, the smaller screen, the P80, and also the P82, which, just to recap, what you'll be doing is press and holding the volume down button, keep holding that, and then you'll press channel up, channel down, channel down, channel up, and then you get into the back end with that. This code is for, or the way to get in is for the P62s and the P82s, these black surround plastics. If you are trying to get in with a P80 console, what you'll have is your channel up and down buttons on the right here. Your volume buttons will actually be here as well. Volume up and down will be here, and then your pause button will be over here. So what you need to do with those grey P80 screens is press and hold the pause button on the left, and then what you would do is you'd press channel up, and then the volume down button will be here, and then you press volume up and then channel down. So you're making an X, or an X pattern. So you'd press and holding pause over here on the P80 console, the grey coloured one. Press and hold pause, you'd press channel up, volume down, volume up, channel down, doing that X, and then you'll get in the same back end, and then you can put in that 5651565 code, and then you can get into the back there and do some basic settings which may help you, or also fault finding with the error codes as well. Thanks for your time.